Since the pre-eternity until post-eternity, all angels of the heavens know this salawat. Before Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam honored this world, and when he was giving that honor, and after he left this world, still this salawat is being sung. May Allah Allah count us to this holy prophet as his companions. We ask the Heavenly Power Station, the Friends of God, our Grand Sheikh, for their support, himmat, and spiritual support. That our heart shall be connected with their hearts, and that again tell us what we need to understand and what we are in need of. In Quran, the holy book, in all holy books, the heavenly books, Allah always tells us examples, gives us examples about the past, about people, and the messengers of the heavens that came and that went again. What they did in the name of God, and He praises in the holy book the prophets, His messengers, and says, without a doubt, only a sincere and loyal servant. Without a doubt, he was a friend of God and a loyal servant. Without a doubt, Moses was one of the good. Jesus was one of the good. And without a doubt, Idris was one of the good. Idris was one of the good. Khizr alayhi salam was one of the good. And sincere servants. So call them by their name. He calls them by their name. And so on. He counts them in different holy verses and talks about them. What kind of good servants they were. He praises them. Do you think, oh, you believe us? Don't you think your names are in the book as well? Some might say, we wanted to talk about something else, but now we talk about this. It's just like a packet you get, and then suddenly a new package. You open it and another package appears. May Allah send us from His endless treasures and reveal to us endlessly. And He says, I count all my good servants, and it's open. Maybe 27 or 29 prophets in the holy that are mentioned in the holy book, the Last Testament, that are being recited from the Lord of creation. But do you really think, do you really believe that nobody else is in there mentioned? Or 124,000 prophets are in there? But you need the eyes of the heart for you to see through that and to have a look inside. And do you think the names of the saints are not in there? They are not being mentioned from the time of Adam a.s. until now. The companions of the prophets that believed the prophet and followed him, the saints, and who followed them. The holy companions, don't you think they're in there as well? And the followers of the followers, don't you think they're in there? Don't you think they're being mentioned as well? They are being mentioned. And if you're one of the good people, my brother, don't you think your name is written in there as well? It's a good tiding, he says. It's good tidings that is reaching us now. If you're with the good people, if you're with the sincere, Allah, without a doubt, will mention your name as well. Only once your time has come, it might be revealed. But now it's still a secret. Still, it's hidden, as your package has not been opened yet. Does it stay like that? Allah is the one and only, and His beloved, O Muhammad, the messenger and servant. Is that it? What king doesn't have followers or servants, courtiers? If a king is on a journey, he's followed by his courtiers. The people from the court itself. There's only the one and only, and his servants and messengers, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then Sayyidina Adam, Musa, Ibrahim, and it continues. Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is from the. He's a companion of the Lord of Creator. As Allah loves the journey, He's always on a journey. Ever since He decided to go on a journey and to start that, we all have got on that wagon. And we are His companions on that path. Who are those who are the companions of the prophets? Who belongs to them? So who belongs to the companions of the Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Isa had like 2 or 11 disciples. One of them had been left out of the game for whatever reason, and Moses had companions, disciples. Abraham did have disciples. And we are all on a journey. with our beloved, with our spiritual guidance that guide us spiritually and take us along, the kings, the divine heavenly kings, in the existence of God, in the creation of God. They take us along as their courtiers, their servants. We only need to say we belong to them. We want to belong to them. Idris alayhi salam was one of the great prophets that is still alive. Actually, the Green George, Khizr alayhi salam, Ilyas alayhi salam, Idris alayhi salam, and there is another prophet that will show itself as Isa alayhi salam and Mehdi alayhi salam. There are 4 prophets. And Idris alayhi salam is one of them that is also still alive and is in paradise and is doing all the wardrobes for us, preparing for all that. He is something else for you too, so then you don't always wear the same every day. He's the one of the very special messengers of God. He is the one who brought mathematics into life and here on earth. He brought mathematics. He was the one that brought astrology and astronomy. He's the master of astrology and astronomy and of mathematics. He's also the first that was sewing. So he is the first. The first inventor of scripture on earth. He got 10 laws by God, and he was the first to write them down. The laws of God, and he wrote them all down. So he invented the letters and writing. Maybe he's also the one that they pray to as an idolatries, and they build those icons, and maybe he's the one they call Zeus, because he had was one who showed many miracles. And his people were believing people, and they believed him. And he guided them well. And once he said, "Oh, you people, now it's over. Now it's done. Today's not all days, but I'm coming back." So every day, so every week for 2 or 3 days, he took a break, and he said, "I'm going to go on a journey with me, inside of me, and I want to be alone." Half of the week, he used his time to guide his people. The other half of the time he took to pray to Allah. And that's how it was his tradition. He said goodbye to his people and went on a journey. And he went on separated from his home and just went for days in whatever direction. There was no. So he was on a journey. On foot. Once he saw him on foot, he was going on a journey, going somewhere, but in reality, every footstep, he was on a journey inside of himself. With whom? With God. To gain more self-awareness, to get to know more secrets, and to reveal them, to be revealed to him. So again, he was on a journey, and he wished for, and he always made a dua before he starts the journey. And that dua, O Allah, under all of your angels, the most I love is the angel of death, he says. So why does the Lord ask him? Lord, you knows why, but because he is the only one that will take me to you, that will take me to you, and that I am being freed from all that of this life, and as the people always misunderstand me. So you want to come to me, but you're always with me, aren't you? Yes, that's true. But officially, I want to be with you. And he's one when once I'm old, that he comes to me and takes me away. But I want to see him while I was alive, and I want to know him before I'm dead. Can you please make that possible? Yes, sure. If a prophet's asking for something, wishes for something, Allah will never reject that wish. Nuh alayhi salam, after 950 years of patience, his last tears of patience was dropped, and he said, come on, just wipe them all out. He never asked for the wish of God, but after 950 years, he said, I can't do that anymore. They will never understand. And Allah asked him, what do you want to do? Destroy them all. They will never understand. Okay, if it's you, and after that, come on, everybody's been destroyed. Are you happy now and satisfied? Yes, my Lord, very. Oh, Nuh, don't you ever wish for that again from me, for such a kind of distraction. Don't you think I created them with love? And just because you were so impatient and I was destroying them, because I gave you my word, the wish of my prophets and messengers, I will always fulfill. So I fulfilled your wish, but don't you dare to wish for something like that again, and I will take away your prophethood. And that's how he scolded him. So Allah fulfilled that wish. I'm going to fulfill your wish, and said to the angel of death, O Azrael, get yourself a clothes of a human, of a dervish, and go down and accompany him on his journey. And Idris alayhi salam is on his journey still. And as it started to begin his journey, suddenly a foreigner a stranger starts to scream, a vagabond even, behind him, and says, oh, you messenger of God, wait for me. Wait, and he's looking around, and there's another human being he never had seen before. Who are you? What do you want? I want to accompany. So don't you know that I'm on a journey? I want to attend your journey and accompany you. I actually wanted to be alone. So I went on a journey, that's for. I don't want to see anybody, hear anybody, don't want to be with anybody, but only with one. Do you understand me? Just give me that and take me along. I definitely won't say one tone. I'm sure you can't travel with me, Idris alayhi salam. I'm not a normal human being. But you look so normal. Yes, the angel said. You can't keep up with me, Idris alayhi salam said. I'm not eating less. You're gonna be hungry. I'm not. You say, let's take a break so that we can eat. But I don't want to take a break. I just want to keep on going. So you want to disrupt me? No. I'm gonna eat when you eat. I've got no problems with hunger. Okay. So maybe you're gonna have thirst and I'm not. I'm not drink every 1 hour 1 cup of water. I won't be hungry or thirsty. I walk for hours or days without pause and you won't keep up? Yes. He said, I love marathons. I'm walking marathons. So Idris alayhi salam says, okay. He will quit eventually. So come along. But Idris alayhi salam is thinking he won't keep up and tells him, okay, you can come along, but I won't wait for you. If you're getting tired, you're staying behind. I'll continue so that you know. I won't take a break with you. It's okay. I'll follow your steps. So they keep on walking for hours without water or a talk. So then they go through a village where there's also a market held. And somebody is selling fresh milk from their cow. And the archangel says, oh, Idris, why don't we get some milk? We're probably going to eat something later. And that's a good thing, fresh milk. Idris gets enraged, like, who are you? Don't you have no trust in God? We don't need that from that person. If you're going to get hungry, Allah will send us something. Why should I spend money on something like that? So no word about it. Okay. I didn't say anything. You didn't hear anything. And they keep on walking. And after a while, Ibrahim alayhi salam said, it's getting evening, so now we can take a break. And in that moment, from the heavens, a table comes down, where there's also the milk of the man from back there. And you see, I haven't paid for anything like that. I didn't need to pay. Because who's with Allah will always be taken care of. So come on, let's eat. But angels don't eat or drink. And he says, I'm not hungry, I'm not thirsty. Just you eat and drink. You're not thirsty or drinking for hours. For a whole day, we went under the heat of the sun and you're not hungry or thirsty? No. I'm not someone who gets so hungry and thirsty so fast. But you do it. Okay. Idris Adam is thinking about it. That's a very peculiar human being. So that he actually meant that I should buy milk for myself. I thought he was doing that because he was getting hungry and thirsty, but it was the other way around. And he's feeling ashamed for having done that, because he obviously has no hunger or thirst. So he's eating and drinking. So let's keep on walking. Sure, he says. And they keep on walking. Wait, now we have to pray. And you won't do so. Go on sleeping. The angels don't sleep, but are you sure you're not tired? I don't think. I just started. I feel like I'm walking, so I'm not getting tired. So Idris alayhi salam starts to pray, and the angel also says Allahu Akbar for 1 hour, 2 hours, without a break, up and down, up and down, up and down. After 2 hours, he will still keep on doing. The angels keeps on praying. Aren't you tired? I still got some prayers left to do. So okay, I'm gonna lay down, he says. And the Prophet lays down, and with one eye open, he starts to observe the angel. And the angel still, Allahu Akbar, keeps on praying. Like, that's not a human being. He is worse than me even. I'm not getting tired, and no human can follow me. So I'd rather have to follow him. And then he says, wait, what kind of a human being are you? Are you even a human? Allah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Or Idris alayhi salam. I'm the one you asked for. I'm the angel of death. Oh, and then they start hugging. And Idris alayhi salam is hugging him, getting cozy. I always wanted to have a talk with you, O angel of death. What do you want to know from me? I want you to take my life, but then give it back to me. Why? Why should I take your life and give it back to you? That's the same thing, that action that need the permission of God. He does it. I can't do it all on independently. He has to allow me to take your life, and for me to give it back to you as well. That's how it works. So ask the Lord of all the souls and worlds to do that. And he went, pew, he's in the divine presence, faster than light, and stands in front of Allah. That messenger down there, he's asking weird stuff from me. What does he ask? You know it best, but he wants me to take his life, and then I'm supposed to give it back to you, him. And why? So why do I? So ask him, Allah says. So why do you want to do that, actually? Idris alayhi salam says, I'm very curious. How does it work? How does death taste like? And then being resurrected. How does it work? And then to be resurrected from death, I want to have a taste of that as well. And I also want to see hell and what kind of place that is. And I also want to have seen paradise as well. You are very curious, aren't you? Nobody ever asks that of me. Nobody ever asked for you, actually. You just came, you just come and then you take. So he takes his soul and life, and then he gives it back. Oh, what pain was that? I never want to taste that again. No, what do you want? I want to see hell as well. But then that needs permission as well. But then go ask. So poof, you is back to Allah. Your servant down there wants to have seen hell. Well, go on. There, you got my permission. And Idris, and the death angel says, Idris, now close your eyes. Now you open your eyes, and they are in front of the gates of hell. Knock, knock. And that slid, that one slide where you can see the eyes, opens it. And the guardian of death is looking outside. Ooh, Azrael, the death angel of death, what are you doing here? What time is it? Do you want to take our lives? No, no. Don't worry. Now it's not the time yet, but I've got a messenger of God with me. He just wants to have a glance inside. He can't do that. He can't bear that. He can't take it. what's all happening inside. But then at least open a pin's head through that, so small, so they can have a glance inside. So the guardian of hell opens a pin size of hell, and fire is coming so much in outside that Idris alayhi salam falls down and faints. And he's all covered in sweat. He's coming to his senses. I can't take that. And that has all been just one pinhead, a breeze of hellfire. The size of a pin. I don't want to go in there. May God beware. Can you now take me to paradise, please? Well, then I have to go ask for permission again. So he's back with Allah. Permission granted. So they go inside of paradise. Only Switzerland can compare a little bit to that. And Idris is going from one bedding to the other ones. Eats from here, eats from there, fruits. And the angel asks, and he says he has no hunger or whatever, and now he's eating all the fruits, and he's still not full. And Idris is feeling what you say. Of course, in paradise you don't get satisfied, you don't get full, don't you know? In paradise, you're always hungry for more, for the new one, for the new one, for the new one. So there's only joy in taste, but no feeling of being full. Well, then now it's time. You have to get out. No, Idris alayhi. Who says so? I say so, Death Angel. You can't stay here for eternity. Yes, I do. But you promised me to go. I did not promise that. And sometimes you bend. And the angel is going to Allah. Oh Allah, your messenger betrayed me. He doesn't want to get out anymore. Then ask him if he betrays you or did he not. And ask him, let's ask him, did he betray you or not? How do I find out? He shall bring forth his proof why he doesn't want to get out. What are his reasons? What justification does he have for not leaving? Do you know that story? Yeah? And now he's opening a little bit more. Because back then he didn't have so much time as I did. And then Allah comes into between and says, oh my angel, oh my messenger, what's? So one is the plaintiff, the other one is the accuser. So tell me what happened. Let's see who will be the victor over the other one. So the angel asks, what is the right for you to tell me that you don't leave? According to the word of God. So I'm leaning onto the promise of God, where he says in the Bible, in the book, so once has tasted death, won't taste it ever again. So it tasted it once. And my second proof is, my piece of evidence is, again, a promise of who's once in paradise won't ever leave. So that's the evidence I've got, and that's what I did. That's what I'm leaning on. And my third piece of evidence is, nobody leaves, nobody will enter paradise after having seen hell. And that's what I did with that little peak of hell. So for eternity, the way say, that they will live, enjoy eternally. So now I will keep that promise and do that. And Allah says, Idris has proven to be superior over the angel of death. And he is still doing his tailor work, his sewing work in paradise, for all the clothes of paradise, for all the people of paradise. Idris a.s. does that. But what about his people? What happened to them? Normally, he'd come back after 3-4 days, but after 30 days passed, 300 days, he's not back yet. Years pass and nobody's back. And they said, he never did that. He wasn't gone for so long. He's gone, missing. So then they started crying, and they were missing him. And then they tried to remember him. They carved into the rock his face. And again, on the day that he set for his journey, and when he said goodbye, they try to remember on that as an anniversary and be grieving, and also to use it as a festivities. So it turned into a ritual prayer. And then it started a sculpture, and that's how it started with adultery. For years and years, the children turned him then to a god. That ritual. Because they seen his miracles, and the children of children called him a god because he had shown miracles. What the Christians have done with Jesus, what the Jews have done with Ezekiel, the Jews have turned Ezekiel into a god because he's shown miracles, and the Christians did with Jesus, as he has no father and was born. And their people back then turned Idris a.s. into Zeus, to this or that. And that's how the gods have started. So why did we tell you about this? Because Idris a.s. is a very good example for us to understand what a journey means. A journey with God. A journey on a spiritual path, on a true spiritual path. And to have God as a companion, or to have a prophet or a saint as your companion, where does that journey lead to? That's the question. So you keep on walking through hell on that path. So see what's being revealed right now. You'll feel the pains of death. Every day we die without having died, actually. Just like Idris a.s. He died, but didn't die. As he got a taste of it. And what's the path of the Sufis, my brother? Dying before you've died. And I also experienced different kinds of death. How long does it take? Everybody's coming to me. It's more claimations, I'm dead, I'm already dead, I'm almost a zombie. Look, that journey and that story, that event what happened with the messenger of God, and between the death angels and prophet, the death angel will always be with those that follow him with his steps of death on his way to God. on his way to paradise. And that's what I hear for the first time as well. In this revelation, that's what I see now. He says, our Grand Sheikh says, that's why the Sufi is dying day after day after day, non-stop, 1,000 deaths every day, but he will not have died. The breath of death, angel of death, is still in his neck, and he accusing the other one. That pains me. That's what's my foot, my heart, my head, come and so on. But that's the path of death. That's the path of resurrection. That's the path of eternity. That is the path of hell. That's the path of paradise. You will experience everything on this path. That's how it's just. If Allah sending some people to hell and some other don't, that's not how it works. And Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, no prophet will went into paradise without having passed hell, and even Idris alayhi salam did. And that's all being open to us now. A very good example. And even that wisdom is opening itself again, new again. And that's how it always is. Something that seems the same from the same picture, new pictures, new points of views open up. That's the path of the Sufi. And he was on a journey, and he was on his journey, he was in retreat. That was his retreat. In connection with the journey of self-awareness. He met the angel of death. He saw death, hell, and experienced it. He tasted death. The pain of this path, tirelessly he endured, and you have to be, those who want to come with me, they don't have to get tired. And now, a memory is revealing to me, where our Grand Sheikh Abdullah Fazil Dagestani said, who says on this path, says I'm tired, is not with me. In my school, nobody is sleeping. So be careful, people. I see signs of tiredness. Wipe them away. Throw them away. If you've understood that, that's not from Allah. That's signs of tiredness. That's from your ego. Who is on our path cannot say I'm tired. Full stop. And now the piece of wisdom of Grand Sheikh connects to the story of Idris alayhi salam. And he says, who's getting tired doesn't have to follow me, or you stranger. You won't be able to follow me and keep up with my step. Yes, sure, I will. I'm an angel, he knew, but sure, he answered. And Idris couldn't believe him, that there was another human being that could actually keep up. Because he had powers of a prophet, and that was not a normal people. And then he realized that stranger wasn't normal, and then it's the angel of death. You're not normal, yes. You're paranormal, yes, you're right. So human, yes, you got it. Do you want to get to the station of the angels, yes or no? Yes, sure. Firstly, they have to get to the station of angel before you can get to the station of the true human. So you have to start from down low, the world of animals, then you get to the world of angels, but then you have to leave a well. So the attributes of the angels, no need, and then further, the level of the true human. Do you think the true human needs water and food. That's why Idris said, I didn't eat so much and drink so much. Actually means I don't need to eat or drink, but he still was a human. Our Grand Sheikh Abdullah Fazl Dagestan said in Medina he was in retreat because at the tomb of Sayyidina Muhammad Maulana Sheikh, he was having a retreat for 6 months, and every day the servant gets him a piece of bread and 50 grams of soup. That's all. And for 6 months with my Grand Sheikh, I was in retreat. Our Grand Sheikh Nazim said, and I've never seen him or eat or drink anything. And all his share he gave to me. But he himself didn't eat nor drink. And then I never saw him that he was sleeping. He was always praying. He is on the level of the true human, above the angels. And they don't need to sleep or drink or that. And the human being can also do that, like that. No problem. That's why it's not impossible. Oh, you people, Idris alayhi salam. Remember that story. It's not for you to go fall asleep. It's for you to actually wake up. It's a story for this life, for this path. His life is the life of the Sufis. You keep on walking on a path that's full of pain and hardship. You taste death every day. You will have died, and then still keep on moving. You go through hell. But in the end, paradise is waiting for you. May we have understood right now. May Allah make us one of those kind of travelers, that we shall also become one of the divine court